you type it in the chat box that you can hear me? Thank you. Okay, thank you. So for tonight, once again, topic for tonight is success habits and attitude. Tunji Adeboyejo has touched the lives of many with a simple but powerful message that inspires, challenges, and empowers individuals to live beyond their limitation and discover who they are, what they have, and what they can do to make a difference in their generation and exercise leadership influence in the society. Tunji Adeboyejo is an author, a publisher, a conference speaker, coach, and mentor to various young leaders, and also served as a youth pastor with the RCCG, an international organization represented in 198 countries with over 50,000 churches across all the continents of the world. He pioneered several branches of RCCG before he was appointed a youth evangelist by the General Overseer in 2014. Tunji is a multidimensional leader, happily married to his better half, Temitope, and blessed with triple T. Is currently based in the city of London, United Kingdom. I believe we are all excited to have him here tonight. Can we just send a clapping ovation with an emoji in the comment box tonight? If you are excited, just type I'm excited and I'm ready for tonight. For me, I'm really excited for tonight. I don't know about you. It's like it's only 3 people that are excited tonight to receive Tunji Adeboyejo. Okay, thank you. I can see. Wow. Wow. Thank you. We can do better. At least we are more than 20 here, and we are not up to 10 that they are excited to have him tonight. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Pastor Tunji Adeboyejo.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I'm glad to be here with us tonight. It's a great privilege and honor to have been given this great privilege to share a few tips with us here tonight. I want to be sure if you can see my screen. I'm talking about my slide now. I'm not sure. Can you see? Let me just be sure that my slide is on. Is it on, please? Hello?
Yes, it is, sir. Your slide is on, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. All right. I hope we have been enjoying all the sessions since Wednesday, from the power of vision to self leadership. And I hope that all the tasks that we have been given, we have been committed to them also. The task is to put us on our toes, to get us set, and also get us to know that we are putting what we are learning into practice. And that's very, very important. The task has a timeline, and once you don't get to feel it, it goes off to the next task, which is the next day. So please make sure that you feel all the tasks and you do the necessary things that we are asked to do. That's for the task. We also have the attendance register. which is to register your presence for each of the courses that you have been able to take. I could see that some people also try to register their attendance and they are not also able to do the necessary things they need to do by joining the class. Please ensure you join the class and then register the attendance. I just have to give this few information before I continue or start my session, and that's very, very important. Also, I think there is also there's a form that was also posted on the link. The form that is with the task also has a mentorship question below. We intend to further with the BLC and also the ALC by the time we are doing that with some mentoring sessions. So if you like to be part for each of the tasks, you will see a question that has to do with mentoring. You just need to fill it up, and then you get on the group. It will finally lead you to the group. But if you don't click yes, you click no, it will take you out of the platform. Thank you once again. I'll be speaking or taking us on success habits and attitude. Success habits and attitude. I just give a brief introduction of what success is about, what habit is about, and then I go straight into all the things I need to share with us tonight. You see, success is the achievement of God's set goals in your life. Success is predictable. Just take note of that. Success is what is predictable. You can predict success. So you can set a time lag and say, I know that I am going to be a success, by the virtue of the principles that you follow. So success is achievable. Success can be achieved because it's predictable. How do you predict success? By following through with God's set goals in your life. So nothing came into existence without a reason. And true success is when a product performs in line with the intent of the manufacturer. Yesterday, when our facilitator Joshua Boa was taking us, he spoke extensively on how to lead yourself effectively. And I remember clearly some of the things he mentioned has to do with finding your purpose and discovering your purpose in life, and that's very important. So success is what God created you to be. So when you are trying to define success, success cannot be defined outside of the plans and the purposes of God for your life. And that's very, very important. It was John C. Maxwell who defined success, that success is finding your purpose, maximizing your potentials, and helping other people to succeed. So that's what success. I also remember that Sam Adeyemi once said he was praying to God, asking God for a direction for his life, asking God for what is next for his life, and while God was giving him his answer, God said, your success in life is determined by how far you are able to help other people to achieve success. Now, some people define success as wealth. Some people define success as a material acquisition. Some people define success as position. Some people define success as power. Some people define success as the big house that you own or you have. Some people define success as having a very big car, having massive land. I used to think that is success before, but as time goes by, I began to have a new ideology of what success is all about. I began to define success in another clearer and a better perspective when I exited Nigeria into another country, and I saw the way life is. I saw the way life is in another country, different from the country that I've lived my life in about 40 years. So moving into a new country gave me a better scope of what life is all about. Finding myself in a place where nobody cares who you are, nobody cares what type of car you drive, because both the rich and the poor can afford to buy a car, can afford to live in a house. You don't know how rich a man is by the size of his house in this place, because all the houses are the same, built by the government, sold to the citizens. So you buy what you can afford, and everybody is available to live wherever they want. So I could see life different from the life I used to know. So I'm trying to emphasize to you tonight that success is not defined by wealth, it's not defined by material acquisition, it's not defined by the kind of morale around you, or by the position that you occupy. Success is defined as finding your purpose, that is the set goals of God for your life. What has God defined or designed for your life? That's what success is about. And nothing comes into existence without a reason. So you must understand that you are here for a reason. God created you and built in you the capacity to succeed. And that's very, very important. But then let me not bore too much about that. We are talking about success habits. So, what is habits? On the other hand, habit is what we continuously do over a long period of time. Habit is what we do over a long period of time. Usually, habits can be formed within 21 days. And in 21 days, habit becomes a part of you. So habit is what you form. You can form both good habits and bad habits. If you do it consistently over a 21-day period, it becomes a part and parcel of you. What am I saying? If you decide to pray every night, like for me, over the years, around the year 2000, I found myself in the Redeemed Christian Bible College at the camp. That's about 20 years, if not more now, ago. I was just a young graduate from the secondary school, and then I went into Bible college to study more about God, and then preparing myself for ministry. And I learned that every night I see that the GO pray around the camp, and because I was in the Bible college, they used to do something they call vigilante. They call it vigilante. It was just a way to train us how to pray over the night. So they select us, Bible college students, they select us, give us a timetable for a period of the night or through the week. So for me, they can say you will wake up at 12 midnight, from 12 to 3, you will be at Holiness Road for your own session of vigilante. So while you are there, you are not expected to sleep. You are supposed to be there as a security man. Now, in the spiritual, what it meant there, that in the Bible college, is that you go there to be praying for those 3 hours period. So it was from that place that I picked how to pray over the night. That is, how to pray in the night. So many times when I'm in that my position, they will put me in Holiness Road. Sometimes they will put me in arena. Sometimes they will put me at the gate. So different positioning at midnight. So most of the time that I'm put in any of those locations, I always see that the GO pass around and is going around praying with a walking stick, like a stick like this, moving around. It's not a stick, it's like iron. Those days he has some dogs that used to follow him around, so I just watch him. This man. So from there, I began to pick up that habit. So that began to become an habit for me, because after leaving the Bible college, I've now grown to wake up at that particular time in the midnight. So today, even if you decide to chat me at 3 a.m., you will see me reply, because I've become used to waking up that period of time every night since that time till now. It has become a habit. So how then can you form habits? You can make a decision. That's what I'm saying. You can make a decision and say, I want to be doing this so period of time. And if you decide to do that thing consistently for 21 days without any interruption, even if we are using an alarm to do it, after 21 days, it automatically becomes a part of your life that you don't even need, you don't need anybody to wake you up at that time to be able to know whether you have to do something. So you have to keep in mind that forming a habit is by continuously and consistently doing something for a period of time, and it automatically becomes a part and parcel of you. Habits are things we do repeatedly, that we do often and almost without thinking, and it's especially something hard to stop. So both good and bad habits can be formed, and that's what I need you to take note of this night. Both good and bad habits, you can form them. So people form bad habits, people form good habits. So the bad things you see people do, the bad habits you see in people today, it was formed in a period of time. So though we don't decide our destiny directly, we decide our own habits. So who you become, what God wants you to do, is a decision by God, but the habits you form is your own decision. So your habit determines your character, and our character determines our destiny. I mean, take note of that. Your habits, I mean, what you do consistently over a period of time, it has become a part and parcel of you. I mean, it forms the character that we have. It forms our attitude. It forms our behaviors, and our character determines our destiny in the long run. So we can therefore conclude that good and godly habits brings about success or failure. So when you form good habits, it brings about success. When you form godly habits, it brings about success. When you form bad habits, it brings about failure. So the reason why many people are failing today is because of the habits they have formed over time. Some people have failed to form the habit of consistency. So, and the reason for their failure is because they have not been consistent over a long period of time. So, you know, I told you when I started this session that success is predictable. So you can predict your success by the habit that you have formed in your life over a long period of time. I mean, and that's very, very important. That's very, very critical. One of the habits that I learned in the scripture, if you permit me to read a portion of the scripture to you in Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. The Bible says there, said, this book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. Thou shalt meditate therein day and night. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. The word depart out of your mouth there is talking about confession. Confession is an habit of success, and we will still get there. So if you have developed the habit of confession, that is confessing positively about yourself. When I moved into the United Kingdom, I faced quite a number of challenges. I'm still facing challenges even up till now. But then for the first few months that I entered into this country, I was entering into a new space that I do not even understand how it works. And I didn't have a knowledge of how it works. And I began to feel like, why have I put myself into this trauma? But one day, God spoke to my wife. That same day, God spoke to a friend of mine in Manchester. And that same day, I was going to drop my child in the school, and God spoke to me. So it was like at the same time, God was speaking to the three of us. I didn't know, my friend did not know, my wife did not know. How did I know that God was the one speaking? While I was on my way home from dropping my daughter in the school, my wife called me and said, the Lord told her something that she needed to tell me. I said, what is it? She said, but that she feels that I will not believe. He said, did anybody call me? I said, anybody called me? What do you mean? He said that the way God is telling her is like somebody has already told me the same thing she wants to tell me. I said, I don't understand what you are saying. Well, a friend of mine just spoke to me not quite long. His name is so-and-so. He said, what did he say? I told her what my friend said. She said exactly what my friend said is what God told her in a different form. So that when she gets home, she's going to tell me. So she got home and told me. So as I was coming from my daughter's school, God was talking to me about some things that I need to change my attitude about the United Kingdom. And until I change that attitude and belief system, that things might not begin to work for me. Attitude and habits. Please take note of that, because the habits you have formed over time will create a pattern in your life that can bring either failure or success for you. That's very important. So as I got home that day, for the first time, I knew it was God that was speaking to my wife. I knew. I mean, we have been married, it will be 10 years now. So I knew when she was talking to me. So that day, I could not sleep over the night. I was thinking through the night and I told God, I'm changing my attitude today concerning the United Kingdom. And I changed. And as soon as I made up my mind, the following day, everything began to change. I mean, the following day, you see, when you change your habits, things will change for you. When you change your habits, everything will automatically change for you. There is a portion of the Bible that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Simply means that if you think that you are a failure, you are correct. If you think that you are a success, you are correct. Whatever you think, you are correct. Bible even says that the rich and the poor, God is the maker of them both in two places in the Bible. The rich and the poor, God is the maker of the both of them. So the question is, why is the rich rich and the poor poor? The answer to that question is that the rich is rich because the rich form the habit of the wealthy. The poor form the habit of the poor. That's why poor people, they have friends who are also poor like themselves. The rich, they also have the communion of the rich. They have friends that are rich friends. So one day I had to change my own mentality and said to myself, I need to come out of this poverty mentality stricken friendship that I'm creating around myself. I need to begin to have millionaire friends. And things began to change. So you must form good habits for you to achieve maximum success. So let me go straight into it. We have several habits. I think I have about 21 of them. So I don't know if I'll be able to end it, but I will make the slide available for as many that want it if I'm not able to finish up. Number one is habit of meditation. Joshua 1:8, I just read that place. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate. Another word for meditation there is thinking. Some people call it profound thinking. So you can put in bracket in your notes, if you put meditation somewhere, you can bracket it and put thinking, because in the business world, they call it profound thinking. As a man thinketh in his heart, meditation. He said, this book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate. One of the major habits you must form to make a success out of your life as a leader is meditation. You must have the ability to meditate consistently and constantly. Meditation on the word of God, deep thinking about what God says about your life and your destiny. Meditation. So meditation is simply thinking, spending time to think, profound thinking. Meditation drives an issue and information into your spirit mind, which becomes an idea. Meditation can take you from the level of poverty to wealth. Meditation. So meditation is one key habit that you must form. Bishop David Oyedepo many years ago invited of blessed memory Miles Moreau to Living Faith for a program. Now, in the midst of the program, a long week program, Miles Moreau was in the apartment of Bishop David Oyedepo, and he was looking for Bishop David. He was looking around. It was a free time. When he saw the wife, he said, I've been looking for David. I can't find him. What's going on? I've checked everywhere. The wife said, if you have checked everywhere in this old mansion and you can't find him, there is only one place he will be. Miles Monroe said, where? He said, you need to check his thinking room. Miles Monroe said, thinking room. I've not heard of that before. What's thinking room? You mean thinking room? What do they do there? He said, that is where he goes to think. All he does there is to think. Miles Monroe went dashed straight into the place to check, and he saw him there. All he was doing was he sat down on a chair with a table and with a pen and with a notepad, and he was doing like this. And he would write down all he was doing. Do you have a time that you sit down and all you do is to think through about your life and the things around your life to form a great success for yourself? I mean, that's very important. So meditation. Number 2 is prayer. Prayer is an habit that you must form. I mentioned it when I was doing my introduction for you. Now, prayer is not bombarding heaven with requests. Prayer is communicating with God. Communication is not complete without a feedback. That's why some people miss it in the place of prayer. Pray, but they do not get result in their prayers. So prayer without a feedback is not complete. So you must pray to God, but your prayer must be accompanied by result of what you heard from God for you to do. I mean, you need to pray to the extent that you can get instructions from God. What people do most of the time is to pray, bombard heaven with requests, they decide not to listen to God on what to do, and then they move on. The next day, they carry their prayer booklet, and then they bombard heaven again with so much request or so much prayer without getting information. So prayer is communication, and one habit you must form is prayer. I told you how I formed the habit of prayer. So form the habit of prayer. Let it be a part and parcel of your life. Don't do a day without praying. You see, success cannot be achieved if you are not a prayerful person. That is very, very important. So prayer, I've said, is not bombarding heaven with requests. But 3 habits you need to form, success habits you need to form, is the habit of responsibility. Responsibility. If you are with me, you can just do a chat in the chat box. Just type responsibility. Responsibility. Responsibility is your ability to respond to situations. Our society does not usually encourage responsibility. You must therefore take responsibility for your choices. You are responsible for your actions and decisions. Hear me again. You are responsible for your actions and decisions. You see, let me give you a scenario. I learned this about responsibility many years ago. If you decide to climb, to the rooftop of a 5-story building, and you decide to jump, because decision determines destiny, and you decide to jump, 2 things will be in play. Is it that God goes before you and rescue you, or the devil goes before you and puts you into trouble? You break a leg, you break a neck. But you see, at the point that you are seated or you are standing on the top of a 5-story building, you are responsible. You are responsible. While you are standing there, you are responsible for your actions and your decisions. But as soon as you make a jump, you are no more responsible. You have left that into the hands of those 2 factors. Now, what gets you saved or be in trouble will be the things that you have done over time. I mean, how you have related over time, how you have put things in place. So what am I saying? Now, whatever happens to you is your decision, because you decided to jump from a 5-story building. So how do you make a habit of responsibility? Make a decision. I learned many years ago when Bishop Oyedepo said, he said, if I fail, it's not God that made me fail. It is, I'm responsible. So you must take hold of your life and take responsibility for your future. Every decision you make, don't blame anybody for it. Blame yourself. So learn to take responsibility. Help me type it there in the chat box. Just type it. Learn to take responsibility. Say to yourself, say, I, Tunji Adeboyejo, I take responsibility for my life from today. I take responsibility for my life from today. I want to see that in the chat box. Before I continue, I want to see that. I take responsibility. I can see 3 people now. I can see 4, 5, yeah, 6. That's 8 now. I can see 10 people typing. We are about 50 on this chat group. So type, keep typing, keep typing. I take responsibility for my future. I take responsibility. Now, number 4 habit you must build. I call it self-improvement. Now, you have taken a step to attend the basic leadership course because you want to improve yourself. Some people registered for this BLC. I mean, we have about 540. Between yesterday and today, we had about 100 people that registered online, but all of them are not here. So between the time we started this program, we started planning the program, we have had, plus those people that registered this week, we have had close to 650 people. We have 47 that is here online on Zoom. I don't know how many we have on YouTube that are watching presently. I'm not so sure now. But then these are the people who are ready to improve themselves. Self-improvement. Now, I'm not saying that those who did not attend did not improve, but there's a level. The things you are learning now, those of them, they are not learning it, who have not joined here. So one of the habits you must form is the habit of self-improvement, the ability to learn and to improve yourself. There are people on this platform who came to join this meeting since the beginning of this program that you will just imagine, why are they here? Why? They want to learn. It's not because they don't know, not because they are not already doing what I'm teaching them, but because they want to learn more, because they want to learn more so that they can become better. You see, self-improvement, I did a book on that. The book is online, available, 3 books in 1, that I call Personal Growth. And I did a webinar on that in May with few young leaders to grow themselves. You see, self-improvement, there's always need to constantly upgrade yourself. Knowledge is progressive, and you must understand this. Why you earn what you earn is the result of your learning, or your learning ability. Your ability to learn more is what guarantees your earning capacity. So why you earn what you earn, the result of your earning ability is in 3 ways. Number 1, what you do and how well you do that thing, and how difficult it is to replace you. Have you given yourself a thought around that? Can you easily be replaced in your organization? Where you work presently, is it easy for the organization to find a replacement for you? Have you been able to improve yourself? I remember I was working with a boss many years ago. By the time I was resigning from that employment, he employed 2 people to replace me. 2 people. I was surprised. The one that paid me the most is not that he replaced me with 2 people. The one that paid me the most was that how I wish, because the amount he was paying me, he doubled it to be paying those 2 guys that he took. So I think he was paying me 37,500. So those 2 guys he employed, he was paying them almost close to that amount, not up to that amount, but he was paying them above 25,000, but he was paying them differently. I wish he could take, as I was working with him, he should be paying me 50-something thousand. I wouldn't have left anyway, you know. So how easy or how difficult can you be replaced in your workplace? Self-improvement is what guarantees that. So you must constantly improve yourself. What you have come to learn today, you have learned yesterday. You learned about Power of Vision on Monday. This program, even though it is free, the certificate will be available. When they are asking you, when I got into the UK, they asked me, what training have you done over the years? Can you provide us with certificate of the places you have trained yourself? I had to include all of that in my CV. And I told them the certificates are available. So what you have come to learn, there is going to be certified. And you must pick your certificate. BLC, we had it sometimes in 2020. Up till this year, I still constantly receive messages from people asking for their certificates. Some people lost their own and they needed to present it somewhere because they have asked them, which training have you done in the last 1 year? Can you provide us a certificate? So that is very important. Self-improvement is key to your success in life. Number 5 is positive self-talk. I spoke about it the other time. What you say about yourself and what you are saying about yourself is what we mean by positive self-talk. You have to watch it. Talk to yourself first before others. Your words will determine your action. Death and life, the Bible says, are in the power of the tongue. You cannot prevent the thought that flows through your mind, but you can control its stability. Let me say that again. You cannot prevent the thoughts that flow through your mind, but you can control how that thought stays within you by positive self-talk. So I'll give you a moment to say certain positive things about yourself. You can say, I, TUNJI ADEBOYEJO, I am wealthy. I am a success going somewhere to happen. I'm not a failure. I'm not a failure. I'm configured for success. I'm configured and wired. So you can type it if you want to type it. I am wired for success. I am not a failure. Failure is not my portion. Just confess positive things about yourself. Some people find it difficult to say positive. Say to yourself, I celebrate myself. I celebrate my gifting. I know I'm not a failure. I am a success. You see, death and life are in the power of the tongue. What you say about yourself becomes your reality. No, and that's very, very important. I used to hear Pete Daniel say that many years ago. He said, one day I will preach at the redemption camp. One day I will preach all over the world. He's shouting it, shouting fire everywhere, saying that he will gather 1 million. He's saying it. He's saying it. He's saying, many of us are looking at him, but he's saying it. That is going to become his reality because he's saying positive things about himself. Number 6 habit that you must form is the habit that I call the seed principle. The seed principle. And there are different types of seed that you can learn about. The law of do and result. This principle is what we call the law of do and result. We call it also the law of sowing and reaping. For everything that you desire to reap, there must be a seed to sow. Mike Murdoch once said, anything you have that is not enough to feed you, don't eat it, sow it, because it's a seed. Read that again. Anything you have that is not enough to feed you, don't eat it, sow it, because it's a seed. A seed is a guarantee of the future. So I call it the seed principle. Let seed sowing becomes a part and parcel of your life. And when I'm talking about seed, I'm not talking about money seed. I've listed some seed there. We have what we call human seed. We have plant seed. We have animal seed. We have spiritual seed. We have action seed. We have money seed. We have thought seed. We have word seed. There are plenty of them. I just put a few here. We have money seed. We have thought seed. Thinking is a seed. Speaking is a seed. When you speak, I've told you to speak positive things about yourself. Now you spoke. You have sowed the seed. You have sowed the seed of positive self-talk. So seed, whatever you want to get, see what I wrote there. For everything that you desire to reap, there must be a seed to sow. You want to get harvest of maize. What do? You sow maize. You want to get harvest of yam. You sow, you plant it, and then you get tubers of yam. You want to harvest financial resources. You sow. That's an habit to follow. Number 7, I still have a long way to go. I call this one action orientation. Isaac Newton said, all object remains at a state of rest until a force is applied. The distance between our dreams and result is action. Cultivate the habit of purposeful action. You see, you might have attended this training. If you don't take action on all the things that we are teaching, you may not get results. Why is it that people don't take action? Fear of failure is one of the major reasons why people don't take action. Bravery is action in the face of fear. Many desires, but those that actions are the one that get results. Action orientation. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate day and night, for you to observe, to do according to all that is written therein. To do. The word to do there is action. Action orientation. Some people, they say they want to start a business. They have been talking about it for many years, but they have not done nothing. Action. 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 How did we start YLA? How did we start it? We're planning for YLS in Ilorin during 2020. We had planned to host the program in April. I think April 13, if I'm correct, of 2020. We had done everything, produced flyers, more than 10,000 flyers, invited guests, produced jotters, close to 1,000 jotters, done everything, paid for so many things. And then the COVID hit. As soon as the COVID hit, we couldn't do the program. So during the COVID, I was confused. What am I going to do? So I was on Instagram. That was when I started using Instagram. I didn't know how to use it, but I was on Instagram. I came across a young lady who was doing a live program. I was excited about what she was doing. We had a chat, and then I was planning a program, and then this COVID hits. We are all home now. I don't even know what to do. And then she shared an idea with me. I said, don't you know that you can convert this program to a virtual meeting? That was how the vision of YLA was battered. So I said, instead of calling it Young Leaders Summit that we were doing, which is the one we're trying to do, that the COVID hits, I said, okay, this one will be an academy instead of a summit or a conference. This one will be a training academy. So, and God brought it into my heart, Young Leaders Academy. Same name, a little twist. But right immediately, I put it to action. Action immediately. And during that COVID, we had the first BLC, we had the first ALC. I mean, it was so shocking to me that by the time we're having ALC, that is the advanced leadership course, because this one we are doing is the basic leadership course. After now, we will roll out the flyer for the advanced leadership course. The basic is a free class, the advanced is a paid class. That year, we had 110 people who registered with 3,000 naira for advanced leadership class from all over Nigeria and abroad. We had somebody who was in India that registered. Somebody was in Pakistan that registered. I think somebody from somewhere else too. About 3 to 4 people from outside Nigeria registered for that program. You see? And then we produced a hardcover, 100-page hardcover. Some of us who were part of it were here. 100-page hardcover jotter. And while the COVID was off, immediately the lockdown was stepped down a bit, we sent all the data, some people still have it, round all the different states. That was when I knew the exact state that people were attending the program from. People from Jigawa, from Kano, from Kaduna, from Yola, from somebody registered from Yobe, and all of them got the jotters at their respective location on the platform. They were sharing it as soon as one. Some people, it took them like 1 month. The man that was in India, I think he's on this platform tonight. I saw him. He was in is it India or China? I can't remember now. I think India. He later got his own, maybe like after 1 year, because he had to relocate back to Nigeria, and he got his 2 daughters. He's here to on this platform. I think he can confirm that with us. So what am I trying to say? Action orientation. When God gives you a vision, act on it. Nothing moves until you move. Nothing will happen in your life until you take action. Action. You must put action in place for everything that you are doing. And number 8 habit you must form is the habit of persistence. You see, when I'm talking about action, I'm not saying that you should just be doing things anyhow. No. I'm saying that God has given you a vision. He has given you a go ahead on that vision. You have a business, you have a business idea. All businesses cannot succeed until you start. You see, even when you start, you will experience some level of failure. Failure is a part of success. Nobody has ever succeeded in life without failing. So failure is part of the journey towards success. You must understand that. So the fact that you have failed in a particular business does not call you a failure. So does not make you to paralyze yourself and not act. So take action. Even when you fail, you have learned something new. That's very important. And persistence. By persistence, even the snail, see that, made it to the ark. They put all the animals, all the reptiles, everything came into the ark one by one. The snail, as slow as the snail is, made it to the ark. That's what we call persistence. Persistence is doing what you should do to achieve desired results, regardless of how long it takes you. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times. No is always the response you get on your way to success. So that somebody has said no to your vision, said no to your dream, said no to that plan, said no to that program that God has given you the vision to do, said no to your proposal, does not make it a failure, does not make it that it will not work, does not say it will not work. So be persistent. Be persistent. You read about the story of that woman that was persistent in the Bible. Persistence is key to your success. Build it as a part of a habit to be persistent in all that you do. Be persistent. Try it again. Try it again. You fail. Try it again. At a time, while it seems not to be working, we have to try again. You have to keep trying. Keep doing it. You see the likes of P. Daniel and the rest of them. What made the success of this guy is not just the anointing, it's persistence and consistency. Persistence, always doing it. One time he was talking to me, the impact is made on WhatsApp. Do you know you can be doing a WhatsApp program and become a millionaire? He was sharing the story of a woman. I keep her name. One day she will join us on this platform. I keep her name for you. She made a success out of her life doing WhatsApp program. WhatsApp. She will create a flyer. Everything that she's doing is on WhatsApp. She bought a car. She built a house. She sent her children to school. She did things doing WhatsApp program. Consistency and persistence. Just WhatsApp. The thing used to surprise me. I keep his name. A young guy around me too was talking to me. He was doing a program on WhatsApp and he raised offering of over 1 million naira on WhatsApp. The thing shocked me. I almost collapsed. Somebody who even has a church self is not doing a program and is able to raise 1 million on WhatsApp. Consistency and persistence. That you fail today does not mean you will fail tomorrow. Planning is number 9. Planning is number 9. Planning is thinking ahead on paper. Planning is dealing with your mistake up front. Write the vision down, write the goal. Why is it that some people don't plan? They don't know how to plan. Frustration over future accomplishment. Some people, because they just feel Jesus is coming soon, Maranatha. Jesus is coming soon. Don't plan. You don't plan. Plan about your future. Plan something. What do you intend to do next year? What do you intend to do the coming year? In 2030, what will you do? What will have become of your life? What is the plan? No, some people no plan. No plan. Planning must be an habit you must form. Number 10 is service. So what is service? To act in a way or be to meet the interests of others. The result we enjoy in life will result in the quality of service we give to other people. Servant leadership is the key to greatness in leadership. Learn to serve others in your leadership duties. Service. See, young people today, they don't want to serve. We have learned it over the period of time. Learn to serve. Service is a key to success. Number 11 is decision. The ability to make up your mind. Decision is the first step to take action. Decision will determine everything you do. All successful people make up their mind and take necessary action to back up their decision. Many years ago, I was listening to somebody, he was teaching about decision determines destiny. The tape is still there. I was in advocating and I was listening because I had a lot of CDs that I has to, they were cassettes. I had to listen to them. So I was listening to it My life was in zero level that time in Adokit. I said, decision determine destiny. Decisions determine destiny. When you make decision today, you take action. You did. I was listening to it. It says success will not fall on your lap like a ripe pawpaw. You have to go out there and pluck it. You don't wait for success to happen. You go there to pluck success and it will become a reality in your life. You are looking for a job. Go out there. That job is waiting for you. I was listening to that message. I was listening to that message. I was like, what am I going to do now? I was looking for a job. I wasn't doing anything. I had applied it to so many places. And as he was talking, he said, take action, make a move, not a move until you move it. Your life must not be like a wheelbarrow, staying glued to a position until somebody pushes it. He said, make a move, stand up. I just paused the tape. I paused it and I jumped up. I went to where I submitted application. I submitted it in Redeemed Center of God, Ekiti Province 1. Today, I think Ekiti has about 15 provinces, I guess, but then Ekiti Province 1 had about 2 provinces, Ekiti 1 and Ekiti 2. So I submitted my letter to be a pastor in Ekiti Province 1. I submitted it there. So I just paused the radio and I put on my clothes and I went to the church. I went there. As I got in there, I said, please, I would like to see the provincial pastor. Then it was Pastor Adejube. I would like to see the provincial pastor. And they said, who are you? I told them, my name is TUNJI ADEBOYEJO. I put up a letter here and I've been expecting for the past 3-4 weeks, nothing. I just want to follow up. I mean, as they welcomed me, the person was trying to ask me more questions, the provincial pastor stepped out of his office. I didn't know him. I've not met him before. He stepped out of his office and then he saw that somebody was having a conversation with me. He didn't also know me. He said, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? And they said, it's one young man. He said, he's trying to see you. He said, hey, what's his name? I said, I'm TUNJI ADEBOYEJO. He said, oh, TUNJI ADEBOYEJO. I've been looking for you. I've been looking for your number. I was like, me, Sam TUNJI. He said, yes, I've been looking for your number. I saw your application. And apparently, I dropped 2 copies of my book along with the application letter, So he's gone through it. It was wow, because he just wrote his 4th book at that time. And then he's seeing the young man who has written 2 books. He was so excited. My number was in that book. The application that I dropped, my phone number was there. But maybe it's the devil or demons of somewhere. I don't know who they are. Maybe they are the one that didn't allow him to see it. So imagine I didn't take action from my room to go there. I would have lost that opportunity. He said he has been looking of how to contact me. I saw your application. Please come. As I entered into his office like this, he just ring something on his table like this. As he ring that thing, before I could look back, somebody came in. He said, please, add me. Please, help me prepare his letter. He need to resume tomorrow. Resume tomorrow, okay? Just like that. That was it. And then the next day, I resumed into his office. And then that same day, 2nd of September, 2019, I can't forget. Sorry, 2009. Pardon my mistake. 2009, I can't forget. 2nd day, the day I resumed, he just said, hey, let's go. We need to get to the governor's office. I said, governor's office, me. That was the first time I was meeting Governor Shegun in Ekiti State. That's how we moved into his office, had some meetings. I was looking at myself as if I was dreaming. Then as I went back home, as I left his office, the first day that I got back home, I went to play the CD that I paused because it was a cassette. I went to play it. I just press play. And then the thing continued. Make a move. I said, I've made a move. See, decisions determines destiny. The decisions to make today will determine your destiny. Number 12 is innovation. Another habit you must form. Innovation is positive and progressive change. The only constant thing in life is change. There is always a better way of doing things. Peter Drucker said, always learn from unexpected failure and success. Innovation. Try to improve on your learning process. There are new things that are coming up today. Today you are hearing AI. Some people now, the best they have done with AI is to do a picture of themselves that they are looking beautiful more than the way they are. Not knowing that there are many things. The world is changing. When I was taking my personal development, personal growth course with some people. It was part of the introduction I gave about AI, innovation. Things are changing, the world is changing. You must change with the systems and the things that are changing around the world. Number 13, specialization, another habit you must form. This is the concentration of all your efforts in a particular area of life. You should be known for something. This must be your unique selling point. They call it USP. What are you known for? What do people know you for? When your name is mentioned, what would they say? By the grace of God, in the space where I operate today, among my friends and colleagues, pastors, when they mention my name, the next thing that will come to my mind is leadership, because they know that that is my area. So what is your area of specialization? What do you specialize in? Some people, they do many things, but they are not known for something. Number 14 is excellence. This one is very important. There's no more thing I wrote there because I was rushing up some things. Excellence means the most superior quality of itself. Commit to being excellent in what you do. In everything you do, always improve on it by being the best in town. In everything. That's why check what I do part-time, check everything I do around me. I always ensure I make it excellent. In my business, any book I'm printing, excellent quality. Everything I want to do, excellence. You see me produce or want to do a program with a flyer. The flyer is top-notch, excellent. Not one flyer that you just go and use, what is this app that they used to use phone to design? Canva. Canva can do great designs. The templates are there. All you need to do is to understand the process and then create it the way it was created there. Not that you go and use Canva to cut your head somewhere and then you post such and this outside. No, excellence, quality. If you are doing anything, make sure that excellence is the first thing that you put in mind. Whatever you do, make sure that you commit to being excellent. Why was Daniel distinguished? The Bible said that, and Daniel distinguished himself among the satraps. Therefore, because they found an excellent spirit in him. Excellence is very important. Excellence. Excellence. I see many young people today, they want to sell what they are doing, but what they are doing is low quality. Low quality. Learn to be excellent. Commit to excellence. One of the things I love about P. Daniel is excellence in everything he's doing. And when you notice anything that is below that, I just mentioned it to him. One time like this, there was one thing that he did the other time. I said, sir, no, don't put this out. He put it down immediately and then went for something good. Excellence. Both in your dressing, in the way you do your things, excellence. Seek for excellence and let it be a part of your life. Association. I will be rounding up now. Association. Work with the right people. So you will do an assignment for me right now. Just before we close, maybe you remind me, because I'm trying to rush my time now. I want you to list the 7 closest people to you. So wherever you are, just list it somewhere. List the 7 closest people to you. It's going to be an assignment I'm going to give to you here, and we will do it right here before we close. So just in your notes somewhere, write the names of the 7 closest. I said closest. Somebody you talk to regularly, somebody around you, whether you like the person or not, it doesn't really matter. Just write the 7 closest people to you. Write them down somewhere. People that you go to for counsel, you go to for advice, the people you are moving with, people around you, anyone that you know that this one, no, I can't do without them. Whether they are good or they are bad, whether you fight or you don't fight, doesn't matter. But 7, write them down. We'll come back to that. Association. You must be sensitive and not be sentimental about your association. You see, friendship is not by force, it's by choice. I choose my friend, they don't choose me. See, nobody can force themselves on you as their friend. that it's my friend. No, you can't do anything about it. I'm your friend, you can't. No, friendship is not by force, it's by choice. You must choose your friends. I can't forget many years ago that the GO said it in one of his meetings. He said, I can count the number of my friends on my fingertips. He said they are not up to 10 in the whole world. My friends, they are not up to 10. But there are some of us, we have more than 100 friends. 100. This one, my friend, this one, my friend, everybody. But no impact that they are making in your life. Number 16 is prudence. The ability to effectively manage your resources for a maximum results. Ensure that you negotiate everything. We are going to learn about, what do we call it now? Financial management. I think that course is on Saturday. We will learn about savings. We will learn about investments. We will learn about how to keep your money, how to invest your money. You will learn about how to grow your business, how to raise funds for your business. I mean, I hope you are getting ready for financial management course. I think that should be Saturday night. You must get ready. So prudence, we are talking about saving plan. How much do you save in a month? How much do you invest? How much do you put together for your future plans? Prudence. Some people, as money comes into their hand, they push it out. As they get money, they push it out. No saving culture, no investment. If it is ordinary 1,000, make sure you have something in savings. I began to develop a strong saving plan for myself, and that helped me a great deal. It helped me a great deal to plan better for my life, for my wife, for my children, because they need to live a better life. Prudence give access to that. Now, 17 is integrity. Integrity. What is integrity? Integrity means to be perfectly honest with God, with yourself, and with others. To be perfectly honest with God, with yourself, and with others. That's what we call integrity. Integrity is saying, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Integrity could be negative and it could be positive. One can develop integrity in negativity. You have to consciously examine yourself as a leader. Integrity is very important. Integrity with everything: money, your relationship, the people in your circle of influence. Integrity is very key. Honesty is key. When I moved into United Kingdom, I understood integrity better. I was able to understand it clearer and better. You buy something somewhere, it's not delivering the value you want, there is what we call return policy. I've had some transactions online that maybe I just register for something unknowingly and then they charge my account without my knowledge. All I need to do is to send a mail that this money you have charged, I don't think I want it to be charged. Please refund me back. And within 24 hours, the money will be refunded. Integrity, honesty. It must be a part of life. And number 18 is time management. We're going to learn about time management. It's part of the course that I'm going to take on Saturday. So I won't talk much because of our time. So it is the control of the sequence of events. It's your own ability to control what you do per time. Mike Murdoch said, never employ anyone that has no research. It's literally saying anyone that cannot keep to time. Manage yourself in time. Everything you have achieved in life, you exchange time for it. When I moved into this country, I understood time. This is where they say time is money. Nobody cares. You are late for work, they remove your money. There's no argument about it. So it's time. There is a bus station, everything is there. So it has been timed. So time the bus will arrive. 8:20, the bus will be at the bus stop. It doesn't fail. If it's going to fail, they will put the announcement on board. So you get there he said the bus is coming 8:20. You got there 8:21, and you see the bus already trying to move. You can't say, hey, wait for me. Hey, drove for me now. There's nothing like that because nobody cares to move on. So time is very important. When I first came, I didn't understand all those things. I entered the bus. I was to stop at my bus stop, and then the bus had stopped. I missed it. I didn't know that it was my bus stop. So I went to the driver and said, I was supposed to stop. They were looking at guys and those white. It was like, what's wrong with this one? They didn't know that I was coming from Oshodi, So, I mean, time is money. So you must learn to manage your time. And 19 is reproduction. I'll stop at 21. 19 is reproduction. Learn to reproduce yourself in others. What we are doing here is to pass on the little things we have learned over the years, to pass it on to you to learn it, develop yourself in it, pass it on to other people. We can't know it all. The few that we know, we pass it on, we learn more, So reproduce yourself in others, multiply yourself in other people. The little that God has invested in you. Don't forget, you have the investment of God in your life. You have the investment of time, investment of potential, investment of talent, investment of gift, investment of grace, investment of space. 6 things. You have the investment of God in your life, investment of space, investment of time, investment of purpose and potential, investment of talent and gifts, investment of ideas, investment of space. God gives you space. He gave you capacity for more. So God has invested so much in you. Invest in other people. Pour yourself into other people. Stop being a leader of followers. Be a leader of leaders. A smart leader employs other leaders to fit into his weaknesses. You must have a succession plan. All the YLA team that are behind everything that we are doing, they are leaders in their respective spaces. There is not one of them that is not doing exceptionally well in their respective areas of influences. So be a leader of leaders. Lead people, followers to become leaders. Reproduce yourself in other people. Don't try to be the best alone, because you can only be the best version of yourself. So invest what God has invested in you in the lives of other people. Reproduce what you know into people. I'm doing that. I do that in my space a lot. I'm into printing and publishing. I have invested so much that I know into other people, and then give them the opportunity to also become a better person, hand for themselves, and then they also invest in other people. That's what we mean by reproduction. It's an habit you must form. Number 20, I call it renewer. Another habit, very important habit you need to learn. This habit was drawn from the life of an eagle. An eagle goes in 40 days to remove its feathers. It becomes naked, and then rejuvenates, and then the feathers begin to grow again. Renewer. Leaders know when to work hard and know the time to rest. It is only God that is El Shaddai. Don't kill yourself before your time. Take time to rest and renew. You are not El Shaddai. God is the only one that is El Shaddai. If you think that you are El Shaddai, what you are literally telling yourself is, I shall die. So you are not everything. God is omnipotent, omnipresent, and everywhere. He doesn't need rest. Even when God was creating the heavens and the earth on the 7th day, or is it 6th day, the Bible said that, and God rested. Even the creator of the heavens and the earth rested and renewed himself for another level. So as a human being, you must learn to renew. What you are doing in this meeting is to renew and to refresh. So keep doing it per time and every time. I make myself available at major programs around the world just to be part. I've not been in Nigeria, but I can tell you what is going on in Nigeria and everything. Several meetings I've missed, but physically I've missed, but mentally and virtually I've been part. Sometimes when P. Daniel is running his services in at Excellence Hotel, I just tell him on the second day, this is what to preach about, because I watch the services. Several programs that are going on, I watch online. So improve yourself, renew your mind and become better. And the last one is gratitude. Gratitude of gratefulness. Develop a thankful habit to people. Always say sorry for any wrong that you have done or that people think you have done. You didn't do it, but they feel that you have done it. Say sorry. It's not every time that you are wrong that you say sorry. Sometimes when you are not even wrong, you still say sorry. That's how we know whether you are humble or not. In marriage, you must learn to say sorry, even when you are not wrong. You are the one that is right, though, but your partner is saying you are wrong. So you just admit that you are wrong, and then you say sorry and you move on. Learn to appreciate people. Learn to celebrate the people around you. Learn to celebrate people. Some people think that I don't know what I'm doing when I celebrate people all the time. I reduced it for some time now, but I started again. Learn to celebrate other people. When you celebrate people, they celebrate you more. 46% of organizations' employees leave the organization because they felt unappreciated. 61% left because their boss did not reward them. And 88% left because they were not acknowledged for work done. Acknowledge people for the things they are doing around your life. I close with that. And the assignments I'm going to give to us in our task, they will put it also there. Which of the 21 success habits are you trying to add on? And how are you planning to work on it for a change? That's an assignment for you. You can capture it, you can screenshot it, you can, I just give you a few minutes to capture this now. Which of the 21 success habits and attitude are you trying to add on? There are 21 of them. You need to build each and every one of it. And how are you planning to work on it for a change? Just capture it in your task. It will also be put there. You can give the answers when you get there. So I'll go back to the activity I said I want you to do. So if you have written the 7 closest people to you, let me be sure now. I've ended my session. If you are able to, don't type it in the comment section so that we will not know them. But if you are able to, maybe 1 or 2 persons, if you are able to hone your video just for a few minutes, I'll give you the permission to do that. Let me just see your face. Let me see what you have written. Just point it. You can just point it like this. Don't let us see the name. So, but okay, somebody was asking the question that what was number 7. I just saw that now. The person asked peculiar, asked long time ago. If anybody knows what I mentioned number 7, please point it out to that person. Okay, can I see some people now? Let me be sure if I can see some people now who are showing me their note. Can I have 1 or 2, 3, 4 persons? If you have on your video, you can still mute yourself. Just mute so that we will not hear the noise. I just want to see those people who have it. Somebody is raising a hand. You can just drop it. Somebody, your mic is on. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody anyway. I'm not sure if I'm seeing. I can see only 1 or 2 persons. Maybe it's my okay. Yeah, I can see somebody now. Okay, yes, I can see somebody. So wherever you are, okay, don't bother to show me again. Just push it in front of you like this. I don't know if you can see my hand now. Just do it like this. So you are turning the paper that you have written those names. No, in front of you, not me. In front of you, just be looking at it like this. Just like you are reading them to yourself now. Be reading the names to yourself. Somebody here is showing me. Don't show me. Just put it in your own face like this and be looking at it. Just look at it. You see? Those lists that you are looking at your future. So look at it very well. You are looking at your future. You see? Now, many years ago, I was in a meeting like this, and Sam Ademi was speaking, and he said we should do this, and we did. So he said, and I was shocked. He said, your life cannot be better than the life on that list. I looked at my own. Sir, what are you saying, sir? Before I could say, what are you saying? He said something else. He said, you will change the direction of your life if you can change the names of one or two persons that you feel that you don't think your life should be like that person's life. He said, if you can make a change, he said, things will become better. I looked at my list. I wrote 7 names. There's one guy there. His name is Karim. I don't want to mention his name because his son name, because you may know the guy. His name is Karim. If this one is there, my life is not going to be nice. So I removed that name. So he made a statement. He said, if you can change 4, 5, 6 on that list, he said, you have changed the direction of your life. Wow. That was like a miracle for me. For me, I changed about 4 to 5 names on that list. Karim, I removed some names. I said, this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. So make a change now in your own list where you are now. Look at those names. This one, I don't think this one should be part of my journey. Cancel that name. Find somebody that you know. This one, if I'm moving with this one, I think my life will be better. So what am I saying here? Association. The people you move with will determine how far you will go. The people you have met in your life and the people you are meeting and that are in your inner circle will determine how far and how fast you will go in your journey in life. So make a decision of the people that you want in your life. Make a decision, the people that you want, that you know that with these people, I think my life will be better. When you need help in some areas, who is that person that you will call? That, I'm making this decision. What do you think I can do? There are some decisions I have made in my life that I know the people that I'm speaking with. I know that if I speak to this one, it will not be sentimental. It will listen to the Spirit of God and give me direction and say, my friend, I think this is what God is saying. This is what God is saying. I was speaking to somebody recently, and the person said to me, said, sir, let me not deceive you. Some 10 years ago, I was reading a copy of your book, and the Lord said this to me. I was shocked. As soon as he told me, it was what I was thinking in my mind, what I was praying about for days, for months. I've been praying, I don't know direction. The Lord just said, speak to that guy. I spoke to him, he said, I read your book 10 years ago, and I was reading it. God said this. And me, I didn't know that he even asked my book. I never even know. He has never told me before. So who are the people that you are keeping contact with? Are they the people that will impact your life positively, or they are the ones impacting your life negatively? If you think about all the negative things and decisions that you have made in your life, who are the people that are responsible for those decisions that you have made? Some people, they have made some decisions recently that is because of what this person had told them to do. They decided on that thing and they acted on that thing, and it didn't give them the result they desire because they listened to the wrong person. So your association is very key to you becoming a success in life. I pray that God of heaven will make a success out of your life and you improve better. Together, we will make a success in Jesus' name. Thank you for having me this night. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Nice section. I believe we are all blessed, and I hope our our thought has changed tonight about success. We're able to know more about success habits and success attitude. Can we all type in the comment box that thank you PTA for tonight? Thank you so much for teaching us. Can we just type it that thank you so much for tonight? Can we say thank you PTA? Wow. Thank you so much for complying. Okay, so before we move on, please, I need like 2 or 3 people to just tell us what he or she learned tonight. Please unmute yourself, because he really said a lot of things about attitude. He said success is predictable, success is achievable. Your habit determines your character. Please, I want us to unmute our mic and talk.
I learned tonight
Peculiar,
that.
talk.
All
Okay,
right.
continue.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Okay,
evening,
it's Peculiar speaking.
Okay, good evening.
All right, I'm joining from Bauchi.
Okay,
I want to
continue.
appreciate PTA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the session. I actually learned a lot. One of the things that stood out for me was that success cannot be defined outside the purpose of God for your life. And then when you form godly habits, it brings about success. And also I learned that the habits I have formed over time determines whether I am going to be successful or whether I am going to be a failure. And then I also, while the session was going on, I began to see a lot of habits that, okay, I need to change, some habits that I have that I need to improve on, and some new habits that I need to incorporate in my day-to-day activity. It was a really, really expository one for me. I was blessed, really.
Thank you so much, Peculiar. What do Bisola Ibrahim?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So one thing that really stood out for me was when he said you can do something consistently for 21 days without taking a break, it becomes a part of you. And even without setting an alarm or anything whatsoever, you will do that thing whether consciously or unconsciously. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our brothers are not talking. Okay, there's a question here. PTA, there's a question from Ayomide Davidson. Say, oh, okay, please just type your question. Ayomide, or you can unmute yourself and talk.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Actually, he said something about savings.
Good evening.
And the thing is, like few months I got like an understanding from someone that I so much respect a lot. So and the person was like, instead of saving that, can't we just use the money to invest instead of saving? That if I'm saving and the money is just in my account without touching it, that I'm not getting any profit from it. So instead of just leaving it there, I should keep it, like I should invest it. So now I want to ask that, is it preferable to invest it, or I should just keep it as my savings, so that anytime I want to use it, I can withdraw it at any time? So that's the question.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Can I answer now?
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay. I'm not sure if I get your question very well, but let me just answer this way. Now, you can save. Savings is a habit. Investing is another one. So from what you save, you can invest, but you must have, because savings on its own has different forms. You can save for raining day. You can save for a project. You can save for what do I call it now? For emergencies. So for me, I have different type of savings. So that's savings. Then you can move it on by investing your money. But when you are investing, you have to seek counsel so that you don't lose your money in the long run. So make sure that you are investing correctly and getting the right direction on where to invest. So safe investment is also very good. Don't take risk unnecessarily. And that's very important. So keep saving. Make sure that you please, if your mic is unmuted, please mute it. Somebody, your mic is they are wearing some. I think that is Florence. Florence, please mute. Okay, so consistently save so that during the rainy day or there's a challenge, you can fall back. If you are planning to start a business, you can do a savings apart and say this one is for my business, So I hope I've answered your question. I saw some other question here. I'm not sure I'm able to see everything, but then I hope that one is Ayomide, who said I have a question. I think that's the person I just answered, if I'm correct. Then I can see one by Shalom, who said, excellence demand resources. How can I show excellence in what I do despite lacking key resources or finance? Does it mean I shouldn't take action until I achieve excellence, having gotten the resources needed? Okay, so when we talk about excellence requires financial resources, but not in every way. Now, in your little bits, you can cultivate the habit of excellence. Let me give an example. Some people, let's use a flyer, for example. Some people, they design flyer for 3,000. Some people, they design flyer for 4,000. Some people, they design flyer for 2,000. Flores, always ensure your mic is muted. We can hear all the things you are saying at our end here. Okay, so I was using the flyer as an example. Some people, they do 3,000 flyer. It's not bad. That's what they have. But then there are people who can also design a quality flyer for you, even with 3,000. So the idea is finding a good person that is good, that can also take what you have. There are people that can even do a good design for you for free. Depends on the way you are relating with them. So I'm trying to say that thing that you intend to do, that you think requires a lot of financial resources to achieve excellence, you can do something similar and very small in your own small way and still achieve excellence. So excellence is not entirely in connection with having big and huge financial resources. Sometimes it could be, sometimes you need money to really achieve huge excellence. That's not what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying, many years ago, I produced a magazine. I was following a particular magazine by one of my mentors, Leadership and Lifestyle magazine. I don't think he produces anymore today. So I also had the vision of producing a magazine. I produced the magazine very small, A5 size, I think about 16 pages, very small, something. But I made excellent design for it, that when people saw it, it was very small, just like a pamphlet. It was a magazine. I called it Catalyst magazine, very small like this, but very beautiful. The thing is online. If you check my Facebook, scroll down, you will still see many, many years ago. So, but it's very small, not too big, very, very small, but you can see the touch of excellence in it. People were catching it up then. I love that mag, very, very beautiful. I know some people still kept it. So you can do it in a small way and still achieve excellence in it. That's what I mean by that. So you don't need to wait until you have all the money that you to achieve the excellence you so desire before you can still achieve the little you have. Somebody is here, Beatrice rather. I have a question. How do I serve better? How do I get to be persistent in what I do? Keep on doing it. I start with that second question. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing what you are doing. Keep doing it. I mean, that's persistence. How to get to be persistent in what I do. Keep on doing it. Don't stop. Don't wait. Even when you have not gotten the result you want, keep doing it. Some people, when they are at the edge of success, that's when they turn back. That's when they reverse back. So keep doing it. You see, persistence and consistency gives you better results. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You are trying to do a program, maybe online or physically. You did the first one, only one person showed up. Do it again now. I mean, there was a time I was pastoring the church. It was one person that was my member, one person, one girl. And I was pastoring her. I mean, I will come to Bible study with two of us. We do Bible study. And I didn't mind. I will still take offering. You know, it's very easy to do Bible study with one person and still take offering. You don't need offering basket. You just take your sheet of paper. I'll throw it to her. She'll throw it back to me, put the money there. And then she's the head usher. I'm the pastor. You know, we're doing it joyfully, you know, and our attendance was increasing little by little till we got to 15. You know, one day I was very angry. So I don't like to be pastoring 2 people, 3 people. I just put up a very big program. I was in Akure then. I brought in the biggest music artist in town, even though I didn't have money to pay him. I had to beg and beg. I got different people that know him to help me to beg him. I mean, that guy was Muiwa family. I think he's in Canada now. You know, in Akure then, he was a big boy then. And I was able to bring him. I didn't have money to give him, but then he came and, you know, I did the program. I was a pastor of 3-4 members. I did the flyer. The flyer was about was A4 size. I mean, very big. I did A4 size. I did A5 size. I posted it everywhere. Even the provincial quarter could not produce a flyer as fine as that. I still have it on my Facebook. It's there. But you can see it there. And then people came. The church was full with over 300 people. They thought our church was a very big church. They didn't know that I only have 1 member. So, I mean, sometimes keep doing what you are doing, you will get results. How do I serve better? Same answer, keep serving. Keep finding places to serve. You can come and serve in YLA and say, I want to serve. I want to be part of what you are doing. When you are doing anything, we will post the flyer. We will invite people. We will do this, we will do that. So keep serving, involving yourself in what people are doing around you. I think I should have answered. Okay, the attendance register, please help us. Okay, it has been posted. Okay, it has been posted for us. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I believe there's no question again for tonight. I really want to appreciate you all for waiting to this time. And tomorrow, please don't come alone. Bring somebody. Tomorrow will be the day 4. Since 3 days ago, there a lot of things have been said concerning leaders, and everything all based on our purpose. And if you are still here, you have not discovered your purpose before the end of this program, please, and also have a good associate. And I know the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Please mark the attendance before you go. Mark the attendance and have it at the back of your mind that there's still advanced class. This is just the basic class. Maybe tomorrow, PTA will enlighten us more on it. Please. And also, please, after the end of this thing, and you only just hear everything and you not put it into action, it's not good for us. The essence of it is to put it into action. Don't let this thing be in waste in our life. And I pray the Lord will help us to be the doer in Jesus' name. Okay, thank you so much for tonight. See you tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Please don't come late. 7:30. Don't forget to bring someone. Tell people about it. Post it on all your social media and follow us on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, every social media. Please follow us. Thank you so much. I see you, May Awuwole Omobolale. See you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, please. Sorry, those people that are still online. Please, there will be a certificate at the end of this program on Saturday, and we